Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, yesterday, William Samoei Ruto called for a presser. And in that presser, he used that opportunity to complain how the government is using public servants to campaign for his opponent. He has complained all the way from the use of chiefs. You come to police officers, you come to the CSS and the PSS. That means he has gone to an extent of touching on Matiang'i, Kibicho, and the team. So Ruto raised all manner of complaints as far as the election is concerned and how the state is using the state officers to manipulate the election. Inasmuch like what many thought would happen, that Kenyans are going to sympathize with William Samoei Ruto. Instead, this pressure and the statement from William Samoei Ruto made Kenyans to go and look back on how William Samoei Ruto was reacting to the complaint that was being raised by Railaodinga during 2017 general election. Raila talked about the police officers and the state officers being used by the government side. But William Ruto was coming out strongly to defend them. So first of all, I wanted to listen to William Ruto shortly. And after this, we just want to go back to the archives and check on how Ruto was responding to Raila Odinga in 2017. Then you make judgment as a voter in this election.
It is now all over the country. I heard Fred Matiang'i and Karanja Kibicho say that they are meeting chiefs because they work with chiefs and chiefs are their colleagues. These two gentlemen must know there is a shortage of fools in Kenya. Whatever they are telling these chiefs, the chiefs are telling everybody else. They are not meeting the chiefs to discuss security of the country. They are not meeting the chiefs to discuss matters that are in the line of duty of our chiefs. And secondly, two wrongs never add up to a right. Assuming even what they are saying is true. It is wrong. Whether it was done before or whether it was not done before, it is still wrong. So I want to ask public servants, all public servants in Kenya, to refuse.
Now, this is William Samoei Ruto of 2022. But I wanted to listen to William Samoei Ruto of 2017 when he was addressing the issue of public officers as far as 2017 general election was concerned. So listen to him shortly.
Sisi tunamwambia Bwana Matiang'i asimame imara. Ahakikishe ya kwamba mtu analeta fujo, awachane na masharti, awachane na Chepukati, awachane na Chiloba, awachane na wale wana print ballot papers. Bwana kitendawili upande ule mwingine, kazi yake ni kitendawili. Mpira huyu, mpira yule. Mutego nasa huyu, nasa yule. Sarakasi tibin, uchawi tialala. Wakafanyia maandamano, wambweka wametolewa. Wakaenda kotini ati kufanya kesi ya BBR. Wakaenda kotini kufanya kesi ya ballot papers. Wameenda kotini kufanya kesi sijui ya voters register. Wamekuwa kotini juzi ati wanataka kusongesha uchaguzi iende siku nyingine. Sasa juzi mnasikia wameanza kuleta matatizo ya mambo ya usalama, ati wameenda kotini ati askari wasikuweko siku ya kupiga kura. Mimi nauliza nyinyi watu wa Nyamira, unataka askari waweke usalama siku ya kupiga kura? Na tushamwambia Mheshimiwa former Prime Minister anashindana na Uhuru Kenyatta, awachane na Matiang'i. Ama namna gani? Sisi tunamwambia wale washindane na sisi. sio IBC itapiga kura, sio ballot papers itapiga kura, sio wanajeshi watapiga kura, sio polisi watapiga kura, wananchi hawa wa taifa letu la Kenya. Hii ndio jeshi ambayo itapiga kura. Ni kweli ama si kweli? Kwa hivyo wawachane na askari wetu wafanye kazi zao, washindane na sisi watafute kura. Ama namna gani watu wa Nyamira? Tutatembea pamoja. Jameni Nyamira, safari hii tutatembea pamoja.
Now we are continuing with the panel discussion, but just a quick request. You might be watching this channel, but you're not yet subscribed, so my humble request, please consider subscribing so that another time, once we release a video like this one, you will always get notified. Again, to all our channel subscribers and anyone who comment, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. Again, I'm requesting you to give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend our videos to more viewers. Back to our discussion. Now, you have heard William Samoei Ruto of 2022 talking about how public officers should serve Kenyans with equality. And by the way, that is what should be. But again, you have listened to William Samoei Ruto of 2017 talking about telling Raila Amolo Odinga and his supporters waachane na Matiang'i afanye kazi yake, ya kwamba yule mtu ambaye Raila anapambana na yeye kwa kura ni President Uhuru Kenyatta and not Fred Matiang'i. Sasa, you as a voter, you have a duty to make an informed decision after listening to those two clips, whether really you can have sympathy for William Ruto or you shouldn't have sympathy for such kind of people. Ruto is saying that even if it can be true that in 2017, public officers were used, and then they're being used in 2022. So according to him, two wrongs does not make right. It is true also. But the truth of the matter is that he was enjoying during that time. So how can he learn his own lesson if it will not happen on him? So that any other time, when Ruto comes to speak, he will be speaking from point of experience. Sasa kama Ruto aliambia Raila Amolo Odinga in 2017 that awachane na Matiang'i afanya kazi yake, ya kwamba Matiang'i is not on a ballot as a presidential candidate. The person Raila was competing with is President Uhuru Kenyatta. What is wrong if Kenyans or Azimio will tell William Samoei Ruto ya kwamba even today Ruto aachane na Matiang'i? Matiang'i is not on ballot as a presidential candidate. Na pia wamwambie awachane na President Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta is not on ballot as a presidential candidate. The person he should be dealing with, it is Raila Amolo Odinga, who is a presidential candidate competing with him on ballot. What's wrong with that? Sababu hiyo ndio alikuwa anaambia Raila Odinga in 2017. Wachana na Matiang'i afanya kazi yake. Raila was complaining. And his complaint was genuine. So if Ruto benefited to become a deputy president courtesy of such activities, what is wrong if he suffers from the same activity? Unajua, Ruto anasema yeye ni Mkristo. So if it happen ya kwamba there are things you are doing on earth here, don't expect the reward in heaven. First of all, the reward will be on earth here. So it is time to reward William Samoei Ruto on how he stood to defend the public officers in 2017. This time around in 2022, it is time for reward for William Ruto to also go the same thing, to go through the same situation, so that in the future, as I said, he will be speaking from point of experience. Atakuwa anapima maneno yake akikuja kusema kwa umati. And this is the time I agree with the Senator James Orengo that the government eats its own people. The government eats its own children. So it is time for the government to turn against William Samoei Ruto. If Ruto was careful Akina Kipchumba Murkomen and the team, they should have taken they could have taken Senator Orengo seriously with his statement. But they saw it as a joke. It is time to face the reality. And you see, this presser, if Ruto was brave enough, he should have avoided to come in the press to make such statement after being a man who stood strong to defend Matiang'i and the team. Alikuwa anadefend akina Kibicho. The best thing he could have allowed is to let his team to come and make such complaint. Labda watu kama akina Mudavadi, akina Wetangula, because the same people in 2017 walikuwa wamesimama na Railaodinga to complain of the same. Even Ruto is lacking wisdom. If he had wisdom, then that is what he was supposed to do. Let people like akina Mudavadi, akina Wetangula to come and talk about this issue. But Ruto has an egg in his face. That's why we can go back to archives and compare what he was standing for and what he's lamenting about. We are seeing now photos coming. William Samoei Ruto and Fred Matiang'i on the same vehicle, top of vehicle, campaigning in Kisii. That time they needed their vote. It was good, and Ruto was very comfortable standing on top of vehicle with Fred Matiang'i in the campaign. But now the ikifika hapa inakuwa sasa ni uchungu. When Ruto sees Fred Matiang'i, akina Kibicho campaigning for railaodinga, why can't he allow them to campaign? Mkuki kwa nguruwe ni sawa, lakini kwa binadamu uchungu. Kenyans would have sympathized with Ruto if at least at one point he stood with the reality. But because he defended the impunity over NASA coalition, it is time for him also to face the same. So Ruto should look on other things to complain about, but the issue of state officers, campaign and election cannot help him. No one will have sympathy on him because after all, he is a deputy president courtesy of the same practice. See you in our next video.